What's up, boys? Yang back with another Sweating in the Sports Cars. I think this is our 9th video on this one, but a little bit of a different format today, and if I sound pretty quiet, it's because I am trying to be quiet. I'm recording this at like 2 or 3 in the morning for me, so if I sound like I'm whispering, it's because I am trying to sound like I'm talking normal. But I know we usually don't do videos in this format, but I was supposed to stream today, and I did not get to it, but regardless, recorded some gameplay here that we got. We're in the GT3's around Motegi. I've actually really enjoyed this track. But you can see that guy in front of us is disappearing, which is the first topic of discussion that I wanted to talk about. Blinkers are the worst, man. It's probably going to be the title of this video, but racing against blinkers is just the absolute worst. And this guy was really bad. Like, I was held up by this guy for a good 2 or 3 minutes because regardless of how fast I was, it's just unpredictable, and even if I send it on him, I don't know what his reaction is going to be. I was just scared to try and even pass him. This was my first race in the the Mustang GT3. I got a little bit of practice in, and I said I wanted to try it, and I tried the BMW, and it felt worse, way worse than the McLaren did. McLaren is probably my best car, but I'd say throughout this race I get a lot faster on the Mustang, and I pretty much match my times in the McLaren. I'm not fast in the GT3s whatsoever. I'm nowhere near the skill level that I have in the Super Formula Lights. But I learned throughout this race, this car is really, it feels really heavy like the BMW, but it feels more like, I don't know, navigatable? Is that a word? Like, I can actually turn the car and get on throttle without feeling like the whole car, I'm like waiting for the weight of the car to move forward before I can press harder on the gas. And the BMW feels like I'm chained to the ground. Like I have a ball and chain behind me, and it's like lagging behind me, so the wheels are just spinning off exit, but the Mustang feels a lot more planted. But as you can see, we're struggling to pass this guy because he's blinking all that, especially in the braking zones. It's just so annoying. I'm so glad that iRacing is actually fixing that going into the next season, because it is just absolutely dreadful to race against guys like this. I think the solution is that they have is that they're going to put him in the pit, right? They're going to have like an internet thing, and they're going to go back to the pit, I think is what's going on. But I'm trying to set up a move here. You can see he is also trying to set up a move on the Porsche, but he's also struggling. He was not very quick. I feel like I was handicapped so hard by being behind this guy, and I was racing for safety rating anyways because I'm trying to get to 4.0. But I will say the Mustang sounds really good. All the new cars that they've put out, I would say like after, I'd say the Mustang, the Ferrari 499P, the supercars even, like driving those, they sound so good. Like all these cars that they've been putting out sound really good to the ear. Like when I'm driving, I just hear the roar of this V8, this Mustang. It's kind of crazy that you're racing a Mustang. Regardless, like, you know, they're all GT3 cars. I know they're all like spec power usually, but well, there's some sort of balance between the cars. I almost did like it's. Do you see that? Did you see how insane it is to race against somebody who's blinking? I don't think I'm visually frustrated, but in my head when I was recording this, I was just like, it is, oh, and he goes off. Yep, that's how we got past. That's exactly what we needed. Got a little double overtake. I think he rear-ended the guy behind me. Or the guy he was behind. But shortly after, skip through, and we got a McLaren ahead of us. I don't know if this was top split, but like it has to be top split, right? There's a guy with 5.5k iRating leading the pack, so I have to assume this is top split. But everyone was pretty quick. I feel like there was a lot of gap in people's times because you can see the leader is running 8/10 faster than P2. But We're trying to line up a move here, just getting as close as we can. I'm running a lot faster at this point of the race. We're not yet quite yet halfway through the race, but as you can see, I'm a lot more confident on throttle, on our braking. I'm kind of got my lines going on, kind of know what I need to do. This section confuses me a little bit, because I'm not sure if I should take more speed and ride the brakes through it, or if I should slow down a lot more and accelerate through that sector. But this guy took a weird line. I think he was trying to be defensive, because I could have sent it down the inside, but even turn 1 and 2, it's really hard to know if I carry more speed on entry and go wide, or if you brake early and tighten up on 1-2. But we get a much better exit of this guy. I had to lift there. If you see on the throttle trace, I actually had to lift because I think there was gravel, and someone had, like, fresh gravel someone had just put onto the tarmac, and it caught me and this McLaren off guard. But I am literally sniffing his exhaust fumes, as you can see. Going in the sector, I just want to throw him off, so I wasn't really going to think about trying to throw a move there, but I just want to make him uncomfortable in front. That's just throw people off their rhythm, try to make him a little bit more distracted, and if I didn't like him, I would flash my lights too. But he didn't do anything to me, so no need for a light flashing. I only do it really to people who drive like dicks, or if, you know, they're being toxic. But he gets a bad entry and exit going into this turn. I don't even know what turn this is. This could be like 10 or something. But we're sticking with him. The slipstream in these cars are obviously not very strong. If this is Super Formula Lights, I would already be alongside him. This downhill section is really hard to get braking down. My brake bias is like 52 or something like that. I had it like 52.5 because I was locking up the front side constantly going into that sector. But this is the closest that we've been. I'm literally right up on his exhaust pipes. Try to fake a move here. Try and catch him off guard, maybe get his line off a bit, which we do. We just need a really good exit, not bang on the TC, which we do. Still at about the same distance. He gets a decent exit here. I compromised his entry, but I didn't take advantage of it enough. Under braking, we are extremely close again. No gravel this time, so I can but you can see I'm flashing my headlights because I'm starting to get frustrated at this guy. You guys, he's starting to lose time to the car in front now. He goes off here, and he has a terrible exit, and I think the traction control cuts his power off. We send it down the inside, and it's a pretty clear-cut move, as you can see in the picture-in-picture at the top right there. Yeah, we will have some more of that. And next we got Wyatt Hutto in P5, and that's the lead group right in front, I think. I think that's not the lead group. It's up to P2. But we have yet to be halfway through this race. A little bit of a skip ahead here, and we're getting a little bit closer to this McLaren. But this is why I did this clip. It's because I shifted up into 6 on that straight, which usually, like in the McLaren, I'm barely hitting the end of 5th. And it compromised my exit, and then I screw myself in this sector, which allows the McLaren behind me to actually catch up to me. And I think he looks to the inside. I try and cover it off. He goes back to the racing line. I squeeze him on entry, and he tries to send it down the inside, but doesn't quite get his braking down, and we managed to stay ahead, for now at least. But these silly little mistakes I have, it's just my unconfidence in the car, as this is my first race. But I think there's a little bit of contact there, which just goes unregistered. I didn't even get his 0 times, but felt like he tapped my rear end a little bit. But we get a better exit than him. We're starting to pull ourselves away now. Then we finally pull away. Now we're skip ahead a little bit more. We got 3 minutes, about 3.5 minutes left in this race. I'm running much faster. Not much faster, I would say. I did manage to catch him within like 5 or 6 minutes. But we got a couple laps left. Like 2 or 3 more laps probably from this point. Try and catch this guy. when I was recording this, all I was thinking about was this car kind of looks like, I don't know if it's the livery or something, but it kind of looks like a Mark V Supra. But that's my car, my current car that I'm aspiring to get, but it just reminded me of a Mark V Supra for some reason. I think it's just the livery. I think it just looks kind of like it a little bit, from the back at least. Gets a bit of a... I think he messes up his braking actually, and then he has a terrible exit coming out of here too. Gets dirt on his tires, both ways on entry and exit. I have so much overspeed on him. I think I send this down the inside here, try and outbrake him, hoping that he does not crash into me. Got him under braking. My spotter says clear left, and we chop him off at the end there. So far the Mustang is probably my... I will say I feel I am wrong about the front engine cars, because this Mustang felt really good. Way better than the BMW. But this guy tried to sneak a move down the inside, going into the S's. And it looked like he tried to do a move here, but I think he just tried to get me off my rhythm. I give him room, like, just in case he fucks up his braking, but we managed to get a good exit off of him. And going into the entry of the back straight. Just need a really good hairpin, ride those curbs, because the Mustang is really good at doing that. We get a much better exit than him. And he's flashing his lights, doing everything he can on this final lap here. But we managed to hold our mental, stay consistent, come home and bring home the P5 from the back of the grid. Which, I'll take any day. You know what? I'll take that.
P5,
grab some decent haul of IR and SR. We get 0.14. You know, not bad. At 2.64.
Okay, yeah. Let's get this right. No fuck ups.
Very next race, we hop into the prototypes around Spa. This combo is actually so sick. But I think this guy was trying to keep away from all the traffic and stuff ahead. But oh, he has. If you see in the picture-in-picture, he actually he nearly misses us because the car who's currently to our right actually taps him. It was a very confusing start there, but as you can see, the pack is already so broken up. Thank God the guy behind me doesn't try to take me side by side up Eau Rouge. He has our slipstream though. Got to rely on this Ferrari power to try and tow us through this straight.
Perfect start, mate. This is great.
Hit our braking zone. For some reason, there's like, I hope they change the hybrid system, at least the balance system about how it deploys, because on the first lap, if you're above like 70%, it uses the battery for the whole lap. So like on this opening lap, you're gonna have really cold tires and really cold brakes, and you're just gonna miss your braking point probably because you have so much overspeed and the brakes are not warm and the tires aren't warm, so you have no grip on the first lap, but you have the highest power, which is so annoying. But got off track there. Cold tires were not ready to take that in full speed, which is like, it's due to the ERS there. Like the ERS is being used despite what I want, but this guy almost runs into us, the BMW rejoining. I think he thought I wasn't going to be there, but guy behind me taps him. Job done. See my confusion on my face there. Verbally confused there, but skip ahead a bit here. 14 minutes left into in the race, and we're up to this Ferrari. He actually has the exact same livery as me, which is kind of funny, so we could have been teammates, but this guy definitely did not drive like my teammate. Holds the inside going into La Source. And I try to get a better exit than him, but I think he just had the more confidence on the throttle going out of La Source. I don't know if that was desperation or... But going up Eau Rouge and Radion. Trying to get in his slipstream here. And the guy in front of him was weaving a lot. The guy in front of me definitely wanted the slipstream. And this is where actually tragedy actually happens for him, because I think as we tap him there, which I'll take ownership of. You know what? I should have been safer and seen that he was weaving erratically, so I should have kept my space. But I just tried to hit my own braking point. I think because he was weaving, he was very conservative on his braking point. So I won't take 100% credit, but I'll take like 70% of being at fault there.
Think about the lap times. Just hit each and every apex.
Hop to the Porsche that was in front of the guy that we tapped. We have a bit of a steering issue, and I think a little bit of front aero, because I did tap the guy pretty hard, so we have a bent steering rack. Absolutely nailing Eau Rouge there. Right on the tailpipe of this guy again. Clipping, and we don't have the battery usage because our battery is below 50%. Going up through the Kemmel straight. Mr. Nico Cordier tries to hold the inside there, but we hold the outside and make the pass firmly ahead of him. We're about to see, does he send a move down the inside? Thinks about it, but pulls out.
Sebastian, car number 18.
Going around the hairpin and no name. Perfectly executed, just keep it on track here. A lot of incidents happening at no name, and job done. Skip ahead a little bit, we got 3.5 minutes left, and we are behind P7 and P6, 2 Porsches. And I will say, I see a lot of people using the Porsche. I don't know why. It confuses me. Like, it must be a popular pick around here. Like, it doesn't seem like it's as good in the corners as the Acura, but it also doesn't seem as quick on the straights as the Ferrari and the Cadillac. Yet I see so many people use it. I don't know if it's because the streamers been using it and everybody thinks it's the best, or if there's a YouTube video that was put out, but to me it seems like the Ferrari is the king of Spa. Guy in front of us in the Porsche, like I said, it looks like a handful to drive. Locking up, going into the hairpin. Also misses the apex. I think his tires are over here. He goes off the track here. Looks like he has a bit of rear damage at the back left, which I don't know if that's affecting him drastically, but he did have an incident earlier, which is why he dropped back to behind the guy in front of him. This is where I feel like the Porsche is the weakest on this track, through those S's, because you can see like I'm actually getting so much time, and on Blanchimont, he just going up to the run to Blanchimont. You can see he's this Ferrari power is just, I think it's the best powered GTP, I would say. I don't know if the attack modes or any of the other modes that you can use on the non-fixed setup, because I'm just balanced, but at least in the balance mode, it feels like the Ferrari just has either the most straight line efficiency or just power efficiency. So try to nail our exit. 2 minutes left, so I think this is the second to last lap that we will be going through. This is the fight for P6. Currently running P8. He locks up. We try to get a better exit than him. Nearly chops us off there.
Still there. Clear right.
He's holding the inside, going to Eau Rouge. I did not want to go side by side with him, so I lifted a little bit. But we try to stay up with him, going through Eau Rouge and Raidillon. He nearly chops us off there, which was a little bit rude of him, but not sure if that was with malice. Think about going the inside, but we think better of it because high chance that he'll try and hang it around the outside, which is definitely not what we want. Going into hairpin. Managing to keep up with the guy in front despite us fighting. I don't know if that's because he's just a little bit slower than us, but blue Porsche in front of us misses the apex again for the second lap in a row. Try and get him a little bit uncomfortable here. Misses the apex again, going into, I forget what this corner name is. I am not good with track names, guys. Give me a break. But we are definitely on him. He gets a little bit better exit coming out of the S's here, but I try to set up a good exit. We got the little bit of a lift there, going touching that curb. You get a really hit or miss if you get a good exit when you touch that inside curb. Try to stay on the slipstream here. He tries to get out of the slipstream, but I think that just compromises his exit, going into up through Blanchimont. But looks like he locks up here. Locks with that front right a little bit, so we set up a switchback move, switch back on him because I know he's going to have a bad entry into the last part of bus stop. And boom, job done. Now we're going to the white flag.
Great move. Keep
Moved up to P7, trying to chase down P6 here. Try to get a good exit here, trying to be confident on the throttle. But I think the curbs actually give you a lot of wheel spin. So it was a mistake trying to ride them there. Try and see if we can catch up to this gray Porsche. This is the white flag, so this is the final lap of the race. We are catching, we're definitely catching here. Gap is about 8 tenths right now. Looks like it's about 2 or 3 tenths now. But he's definitely slow around in Sector 2 of Spa. So let's see if we can try and catch him here. Going to the hairpin. Gain massively on braking. Taking it into the no-name. Takes that corner a little bit funny, but he actually gets a better exit than us here. Luckily in the slipstream still, we're about 3 tenths behind right now. And this long double left-hander. We had him in the first one, but he gets us in the second one. I think that's due to the dirty air from these cars. Definitely lacking a little bit of downforce going through these as I'm behind. Try and get a better exit, but he gets a way better exit than us, and he's just gapping us now. We may be in the slipstream, but we're not quite close enough to be able to set up a move going into the bus stop.
The guy in front is not the cleanest racer. Sebastian, car number
About 4 tenths behind right now.
Their rating is 1.6.
We were catching on the Ferrari power, but at this point we have to hope and pray that he fucks up his braking or something, which he doesn't. And we'll have to come around out of the bus stop to cross the line for Ferrari in P7, which is not a bad result.
P7.
Only had
Okay,
5
it's over.
instants. We should have had only 1, but taking a look back at this instant here, definitely my fault. I'll take the majority of the blame for that one. Yeah, I do tap him at the rear there, but yeah, guys, if you enjoy this format of video, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below, and yeah, boys, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.